All right, guys, this is a review of the Eunorau 24-inch kids bike. And a quick disclaimer, you'll see a little paid promotion logo in the corner there. They did send me this bike for free for testing. However, they are not paying me anything and they did not tell me what to say. They just wanted an honest review. I will put a link to this bike in the description, but whether you buy one of these or 100 of these, I'm not going to make any money. This is just an honest review video. Now that that is out of the way, I get started putting this together with my little helper buddy here. This is Teddy. He is my 10-year-old son, and this is going to be his bike. And boy, watching this video and editing, I'm realizing how quickly this guy is growing up. I remember when he was just a little guy helping me rebuild engines on this channel, and it feels like yesterday, but I guess that was like 4 years ago now. Putting this thing together was super easy. I don't think we looked at the instructions until the very end just to see how the controls worked. It's pretty much just like any other bike you'll have to put together. Basically, you've got your front tire, your handlebars, your seat, and your pegs. This bike did come with about half of a battery charge right out of the box, but we did want to get it plugged in and fully charged before we took it on our first ride. All right, guys, the bike is all charged up and we're ready to take it out for its first test drive. Before we do that, I wanted to go over some of the features of this bike. As far as the assembly process goes, it was pretty straightforward. These are the tools that it came with. I could have put it together with those. I opted to use my own tools. Really, the only thing that I needed was a 15mm wrench and then a 4 and a 5mm Allen key. It just made the assembly process a little bit easier. On the bike itself, we have no suspension in the rear. It is a hardtail, but we do have front suspension right here. We've got disc brakes, both front and rear. These are mechanical disc brakes, and they do have a sensor on them so that as soon as you actuate either brake, front or rear, it will disable the electric motor, which is obviously very good just from a safety standpoint. As far as that electric motor goes, it is built into the hub here. It is a 24 volt, 250 watt, and there are 3 speeds. You can see you can flip it all the way up. That is 1, right in the middle is 2, and then all the way down is 3. Over here, we've got our little button to turn it on. We do have a battery indicator. There are 3 LEDs. You've got green, green, red to let you know when you start to get very low. We do have a throttle right here, and if you notice, I'm hitting the throttle, but it is not moving. And the reason for that, let me show you. And that is actually a safety feature on this bike. When you hop on it, turn it on, and then hit the throttle, nothing happens. And what they want you to do is get going first so that the cadence sensor can recognize that the pedals are moving, and then when you use the throttle, it works as normal. Now you can stop it, and you can actually take off from a dead stop, but you have to have that cadence sensor recognized. That way, every time the kids get used to using the pedals to get you going. Now we do have 3 speeds. This is speed 3 here. It goes up to 15.5 miles per hour plus however fast you can pedal. Now you don't need to worry about any shifting on the gears. It is just a single speed, which should be really nice for training. And then after just a couple of seconds, let's see if it's already ready. The throttle should be basically reset. Yep. So now we're going to have to pedal again to get going. Now, my son, who's going to be test riding this, he's 10 years old, and he prefers to have the seat very low. That way both of his feet can be flat on the ground as he's getting on and off. As he gets a little bit more confident with this, we'll start to raise this seat up so that his feet are almost straight when you're pedaling, which is of course the preferred spot. Let me show you how much adjustability we've got. The seat can go about that high. So he's got probably 3 or 4 years on this before he'll outgrow it. So let's go ahead and test this thing out. So we're starting off in our backyard where we've got a nice little trail that he can get used to the bike on before we hit the street.
Speed 2 is a really good speed right now.
There we go. Hey, good turn. All right, you're getting the hang of this. So let's go ahead and head out to the street. Dude, that thing is moving.
Speed 3 is a little bit too fast for me right now.
A little too fast?
Yep.
Oh, did you go back to 2?
Yeah.
Good.
Speed 3 is just a little too high. I bet Speed 3 will be fun when I get used to it.
Oh, totally. What speed are you in?
1. I'm gonna change to 2.
Nice.
Because we're just going on flat.
It's kind of nice to be able to pedal.
Yeah. It gets more of an exercise.
Whoa, deer. Did you see that?
Yeah.
You want to try speed 3?
Yeah, I'm in Speed 3.
Holy cow.
Oh, geez, this thing goes fast in Speed 3.
Dude, we are moving.
This would be awesome if we were like getting chased by a dog.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'd be like, meow.
Let's see what speeds we're doing. Holy cow, you're doing 18. What's the battery life say? Does it still have two?
It's still like.
Still with 2 greens and a red?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good.
I am not even hitting the gas, but I am pedaling. And it goes pretty fast.
Yeah. Let's do a top speed run. Let's go, full speed. Let's see if we can hit 19. We're at 18. Holy cow, there it is.
This is
There
my
it
new favorite bike.
Pedal just a little harder. 19. That's so cool. Dude, that's
awesome.
quick.
That's 4 miles per hour faster than my other bike. The highest I ever got on my other bike was 17, but I was going downhill.
That's quick. That's a fast bike.
It is.
That thing is only rated at 15.5 miles an hour. But dude, we were doing 18 solid, and then when you pedaled, it was going up to 19. All right, so we've had a couple more days of testing this bike, and I wanted to share with you what I think is its best feature, and that is actually the throttle deactivation under slow speeds. Initially, I thought that was hooked up to the cadence sensor, but I looked at the manual, and it's actually a speed sensor. So below 1.86 miles per hour or 3 kilometers per hour, that throttle is deactivated, and what that does is encourages my son to get a lot better at pedaling. So he has to actually start off with the pedals instead of the power, and once he starts off with the pedals, it makes it a lot easier to just keep using the pedals. So I found that my son barely uses the throttle at all. He just uses the pedals, which then kicks in with a cadence sensor, which then kicks in the power, and he's getting a heck of a lot better at riding not just this bike, but traditional bikes as well. Next, I wanted to talk about the range. This battery is rated at 20 miles on a full charge. We actually went 18 miles before we were down to our lowest bar here. We were down to the red LED, and we didn't lose full power, but we were pretty close to home, so we went ahead and started charging it then, because it's not great to run these batteries until they are totally drained. But realistically, I think that this could go 20 miles on a full charge if you went all the way till it was empty. Now, my son is pretty conservative. He likes to keep it in speed 1 or 2 over uneven terrain, and then only use speed 3 on nice flat terrain. So of course you're going to get less miles if you're going uphill, or if you're doing a lot of off-road, or if you're at full speed the entire time. The last thing I wanted to mention was the build quality. From front to back, this does appear to be a very well-built bike. Right out of the box, the brakes were adjusted properly. All of the welds look good. All of the hardware looks good. No issues whatsoever. But since this is my son's bike, I figured I would leave the last words with him. So here you go.
That was a lot of fun.
What do you think of that bike?
It's pretty awesome.
Nice. Better than your other bike?
Yes.
Awesome.
Because it goes faster, because you have the pedaling power. Even without the gas, it's still really fast.
Yeah, I agree. Awesome. All right. Good review. Thanks, bud.